Om Shanti. Good morning. So today we will be studying the Murli of 25th November 1985, Signs of Victorious Jewels whose intellects have faith. We had read the first half of the Murli yesterday and will continue the second half today. So let us quickly recap in next 3 minutes what Baba said yesterday. He started the Murli with all of us having faith in him, and if we have faith in him, which is 100%, then he asked the reason of we why is the rosary of different numbers of 8, of 100, of 16,000, etc. If so, he equated faith of to be the complete one, and then he started giving this in the signs which the intellect will carry those who is having faith. So I'll quickly read the signs which he highlighted yesterday. First one he told is intellects having faith are victorious, no matter what the circumstances are. They would always become the beads of rosary for them. The defeat, which is so-called defeat in the Lokik world, is not a defeat. They don't have any confusion. They have complete faith both in the self as well as Father. So yesterday Baba was mentioning about the two faiths. Mm, Those who are victorious are always clean, they make a truthful decision, they are always in pleasure, they celebrate that happiness. They never consider themselves to be alone, but considers Baba with them. But having said that, they won't ask Baba for support, but they will experience his support every day, every time. They would constantly dance in happiness. They would never step away from any task, any person, or any problem. Mm. This is where Baba mentioned about disinterest, which generally people carry. Another aspect he mentioned is waste is a prime reason for we not becoming victorious. So those souls will never have waste thoughts. Mm. And finally, he told that they will be conqueror of attachment. So let us continue reading today. So Baba told that the definition of being a conqueror of attachment is very deep. Baba will tell you about that at some other time. For your intellect to have faith is a step on the ladder of being a conqueror of attachment. Hmm? So he has given a direct relationship between we stepping the step of being a conqueror of attachment as well as intellect having faith. Acha, today the second group has come. The children of a home are the masters of it, and so the masters of the home have come. This is what you would say, is it not? Have you not come to your home, or have you come to your home? Sorry, what he's mentioning, have you come to your home, or have you come from your home? If you consider that to be your home, there would be attachment. However, that is temporary service place. Everyone's home is Madhuban. In terms of being souls, the home is the supreme abode, and in terms of being Brahmins, your home is Madhuban. Since you say that your head office is at Mount Abu, then what is this place where you stay? That is an office, is it not? This is why you call this the head office. So you haven't come from home, but you have come from, but you have come home. So Baba very beautifully narrates that if we have the feeling that we are going to Madhuban from our home, that is wrong understanding. Actually, we are going Madhuban, which is our home. When it comes to soul, our home is Paramdham, but when it comes to Brahmin, our home is Madhuban. And the places where we stay, probably all of us are listening from the service place. Maybe this is not our home, so this will automatically help us get rid of any attachment. And then he gave the analogy of head office and office. Then he says, anyone can be made to change offices. No one can be thrown out of his home. Offices can be changed. If you consider this to be your home, there will be the feeding of, there will be the feeling of it belonging to you. Only when you make a center your home would there be a feeling of belonging. If you consider it to be a center, there wouldn't be the feeling of belonging. When it becomes your home and your resting place, there is then the feeling of belonging. So, you have come from home. This is a saying. Your home is the doorway of the Vestor. For which place is this saying? The real doorway to the Vestor is your home of Madhuban. Is it not? You have come home. That is, to the home of the Vestor. Call it the doorway or the home. It is the same thing. By coming home, you receive rest and comfort. Rest in the mind, rest in the body, and rest in terms of wealth. You don't have to go anywhere to earn money. You are able to take rest even from preparing food. For otherwise, you would have to prepare it yourself and only then be able to eat. You receive food ready made on your plate. You become lords here. They ring the bell in the homes of the Thakurs, that is, daily idols or lords. In order to awaken a lord or to put him to sleep, they ring a bell. When they offer bhog, they ring the bell in the temple. Your bell is very your bell is also rung, is it not? Nowadays it is fashionable and so you have a record played instead. You go to sleep to a record and you wake up to a record. And so you are the lords, are you not? Hmm? So, Baba is giving so many analogies, and the way Baba sees things is very different. Earlier, he mentioned about the home aspect, then he mentioned about the office and head office. Then now he's mentioning about the Thakurs. A bell is rung while offering bhog or while the Thakur is sleeping. And I believe initially also at Pandabhavan, bell was rung for any lunch break or something like that. Even for Murli, the evening Murli class. Nowadays, we see the traffic controls being played after each hour, the songs being played. So, Baba is comparing that with the same thing which is done in Bhakti for the idols. Everything, and again, he mentioned that you get everything here ready made. You don't have to do any effort, which we might have to do otherwise at our service places. So, the true comfort of home, the true comfort of we being Lord at Madhuban, Baba is describing that. So, whenever we next go to Madhuban, or whenever we have a feeling for Madhuban, let us have this feeling so it would help us becoming more elevated. So let's continue. Baba is telling everything on the path of devotion is copied from here. Here too, bhog is offered 3 to 4 times a day. They start offering bhog to the living Thakurs from 4 a.m. in the morning. Bhog begins at Amrit Vela. At that time, God serves you children in the living form. Everyone does God's service, but here God Himself serves you. Whom does He serve? The living Thakurs. The faith always makes you swing in happiness. Do you understand? Mm. So this is another aspect of faith that uh, yesterday he was telling, na, faith in self and faith in Baba. So Baba is serving us, and we are the living Thakurs. Mm. So that is another faith aspect which will bring us swing in happiness. Do you understand? All those form of all those from all the zones are specially loved. Whenever any zone comes, they are specially loved at that time. You are the beloveds, but you must now become the specially beloved ones of the Father alone. Do not become those who are specially loved by Maya. You become specially beloved ones of Maya, and you then play a lot of games. All of you who have come, you are the fortunate ones, Bhagyavan, who have come to God Bhagwan. Acha. To those who are constantly victorious jewels due to your intellects having faith, to the souls who are embodiments of the awareness of God and their fortune, to those who constantly experience victory in both victory and defeat, to the souls who are master bestowers of support and give support, that is cooperation to others, to the elevated souls who constantly experience themselves to be with the Father, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So, Bap Dada is meeting groups. First group. Are all of you the elevated souls who are always lost in the love of one? You are not ordinary, are you? Whatever actions you elevated souls perform, they will always be elevated. Since your birth is elevated, how can your deeds be ordinary? When your birth changes, your karma changes. Your name, form, land, and actions all change. So, you always have a new birth. You stay in the zeal and enthusiasm of the newness of the new birth. Those who only have this sometimes only receive a kingdom sometimes. Hmm? So Baba is mentioning that the elevated souls are always lost in the love of one, and not become ordinary souls. So those who are having, because all of us are having new births, and with this new birth everything changes, the karma changes, name, form, and because of that we stay in zeal and enthusiasm. Baba further says, souls who have become instruments receive the fruit of having become instruments, and souls who eat fruit are strong. This is instant fruit, the fruit of the elevated age. Those who eat the fruit of this age will always be powerful. Such powerful souls always gain victory easily over adverse situations. The situations would be down, below, and they would be up above. They portray Sri Krishna conquering a serpent. He placed his foot on the head of the serpent and danced on it. So, that is your memorial. No matter how poisonous the serpent is, you gain victory over it and dance on it. This elevated, powerful awareness makes everyone powerful. And where there is power, always stands. You are with the Almighty Father. Constantly continue to move forward with the blessings of this awareness. So let us move on to the second group. All of you are the immortal souls of the immortal Father. Are you not? You have become immortal, have you not? Even when you leave your bodies, you are immortal. Why? Because you go from here having created your fortune. You do not depend, you do not depart empty handed. This is why that is not dying, that is departing full. To die means to depart empty handed. To depart full means to change your costume. Hmm. So, how nicely Baba has mentioned. So, we generally mention even in Lokik, the soul has departed. They mentioned soul has departed to heavenly abode or to the next this thing. So, if we mention die, that means person has gone empty handed. But Baba mentions to depart full means to change your costume. So, you have become immortal, have you not? You have received the blessing of being immortal. You are not influenced by death in this. You know that you have to depart and then return. This is why you are immortal. By listening to the story of immortality, you have become immortal. You listen to the story every day with a lot of love, do you not? The Father tells you the story of immortality and thereby gives you the blessing of being immortal. By always maintaining this happiness, you become immortal. You become prosperous. You were empty and have become full. You have become full to such an extent that you cannot become empty for many births. So, Baba now meeting the last group, third group. All of you are moving forward on the pilgrimage of remembrance. Are you not? This spiritual pilgrimage will constantly give you experiences of happiness. Through this pilgrimage, all other pilgrimages are completed for all time. If you stay on the spiritual pilgrimage, then you have been on all other pilgrimages, and there is no need to go on any other pilgrimage because this is the great pilgrimage. All other pilgrimages are included in the great pilgrimage. Previously, you used to wander around on pilgrimages, but with this spiritual pilgrimage, you have now found your destination. Your minds have now found the destination, and so your bodies too have found the destination. Through just the one pilgrimage, all the many types of wandering around ends. So, always maintain the awareness that you are spiritual pilgrims. By doing this, you will always remain beyond, detached, and free from attachment. There won't be any attachment to anyone. A pilgrim never has attachment to anyone. Let your stage be constantly like this. At the time of farewell, Bap Dada is pleased to see all the children of his land, of this land, and abroad because all of you are cooperative children. Bap Dada always remembers the cooperative children as those who are seated on the heart throne. All of you children whose intellects have faith are loved by the Father because all of you have become the garland around his neck. Acha, all the children are making service grow very well. Acha, so let me quickly again read the Yad Pyar because this summarizes the Murli very well. To those who are constantly victorious jewels due to your intellects having faith, to the souls who are embodiments of the awareness of God and their fortune, to those who constantly experience victory in both victory and defeat, to the souls who are master bestowers of support and give support, that is cooperation to others, to the elevated souls who constantly experience themselves to be with the Father, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So let us pause here and reflect what Baba has for us today. Okay, we can start sharing now.
Om Shanti Praful Bhai.
Yes.
You know, for me today, what you read was just a wrap up. And Baba always wraps up things when he finishes the Murli and goes to Guru. But there are a few things which I would appreciate if we can really churn on. You see, the whole Murli is only on one thing which we know is faith in the intellect. And I was thinking why the Baba used the word intellect. Because intellect is generally said to be a place of reasoning or a place of wisdom. But so it's not that simply I had faith, just like I went and told Baba, I love you, and I became a no. Intellect is something more very logical reasoning and something wise. It's not just a choice we make when we make a choice in the intellect. That's what I took the meaning as when Baba, because every word, if you see, if Baptada mentions it, uske upar there is some guhya thing. So I took it like that. So, but immediately he just stops the Murli. And then when he comes to this particular part, I was just thinking to have a faith in the intellect is part of the ladder of being a conqueror of attachment. That was a very big sentence which meant a lot. We all know what is our aim, even though our aim is Lakshmi Narayan, that is just in the future. Now, at the present moment, if you know, it's embodiment of remembrance and conqueror of attachment. So, for that, Baba mentioned very clearly about attachment. If you're away from waste, if you think yourself to be a child of God, if you think yourself to be a godly helper, then it will become unlimited duty, and then that faith in intellect will lead to conqueror of attachment. Then he also goes towards the end and speaks about spiritual pilgrim. I will. Can you just connect these things, because there are some. Baba is giving some scattered things throughout the paragraph. Till the two paragraphs, it was absolutely very firm, like as if I am telling Baba, you better be with me, because you are mine and I am yours, and there's no question of asking whether I have faith and all. It has to be there. It's funny if somebody comes and asks me now, do you have faith and all? It's too late to ask. So can you connect these things in the Murli, like faith, unlimited disinterest, one thing, then faith, conqueror of attachment, then the more I stay in remembrance, then the faith will it deepen. Why is it necessary I should go to Madhuban to get that faith in intellect, to get woken up by God, to sleep, become a Thakur? Can't I do it when I'm doing my unlimited duty? I don't know, little scattered it is. If we could just summarize this thing, Prafulbhai, Om Shanti.
Yeah. Would anybody like to try this? Wonderful question. Okay, let me try. So Baba today mentions, as rightly told, that for your intellect to have faith is a step on the ladder of being a conqueror of attachment. So Baba is now today, like yesterday, he has given us the overall symptoms of what the souls would have if we are victorious, and if we have faith, what would we carry. And today then he started with this aspect of being conqueror of attachment. And he gave us a very simple example of, you know, because now he's meeting different children. So I think second group has come today. So while he's meeting the second group, he's very nicely correlating the teachings of the main Murli with that of the group who has come. So of course now they have come to Madhuban, and Baba wants to tell them, and even for that matter us, it is not that we can't do unlimited service anywhere. We can do, but at the back of the mind, if we have attachment that this is my home, my house, or this is my things, that will somewhere get us caught in the clutches. And that is where Baba wants to free us, that you are Thakurs and this is your main home. The places where we are, wherever we are joining from, that is probably the temporary place where, we are doing all our services. Just like as we go in offices, mm, when we go to our Lokik office, we don't have a feeling that, oh, I have to stay here. This is my only place. We have back of the mind that, okay, 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 or whatever the timings are, after this, I'll go back to my home. So if we have that kind of feeling, and then he mentioned both, that we should not get lost in Madhuban also. He told, as a soul, we are all part of Paramdham, and as a Brahman, it is Madhuban. So having faith in this thing, what is the benefit? The benefit would be, in my opinion, that we won't get attached to the logics. We don't get attached to our houses. Okay, my house is big, my house is small. Even if for that matter, if we have to switch our houses, sometimes we see people switching between cities. They prepare new house. Sisters might go to different centers. Mm. So again, that will be very easy because these are just different workstations, service stations. And if we have this faith that no, whatever we are, it is belonging to Baba. That is our homeland. We are all part of the mount of Paramdham. So that itself will bring us out of this attachment clutches, and we become conqueror. So this is one aspect of becoming conqueror while having faith. Faith, as mentioned, it is not just believing कि वो भगवान है or I am a soul. It is basically living, as Baba mentioned yesterday. And this is one aspect of living that is in the next paragraph Baba mentioned about the attachment. Hmm? Likewise, then he went further, and then just to make us feel more happy, then he added like you all are all Thakurs, and of course all the um, offerings which they do in bhakti, know, and then he started connecting those things over here so that we have more elevated thoughts. Because even if we say Madhuban, then why will it interest us? There should be something more to it which makes us feel happy, which makes us feel part of we having such a beautiful home. So then he started connecting, and as we all know, Baba is a very beautiful role play he makes of uh, you know uh, human the serious things also, as well as make some things humorous also. So he very beautifully connected these two things, connected the bhakti aspect as well, and that he then linked it to the intellect. Om Shanti.
Okay, Praful Bhai, I take a part of it of what you said. I agree with you in that. Only you said you're going to office and you said you're not going to stay permanently in the office. But sometimes it's very difficult to understand Baba's language in the Murli. Like here, he says Madhuban is your head office. So if you're saying you're going to your office, and Madhuban is the head office, there is always a close connection between your office and head office. then immediately he's saying, no, think it as a home. I don't know that one particular paragraph, it's a little to understand his, you have to go and sit with him and think. I think I would be very simple and I just take that one sentence which made a lot of difference. I am a spiritual pilgrim. I am a child of God. If I keep over that spiritual pilgrim, whether I'm in the office, whether I'm at home, whether I'm elsewhere, I'll always know I'm God's helper. I always know I'm on unlimited duty. Why? Because my intellect has told me that faith, that I belong to God and God belongs to me. I think that's how I would like to take, because I'm still confused between that head office and office.
Hmm.
Om Shanti. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
no problem.
I would like to add on this. Shall I do that?
Yes, yes.
So, when we say head office and home, and if we look at a person who is running his own business, for him, his head office and his house is going to be the same because it's his own baby. And Baba is here telling that wherever you are is the service place that you are in. So, we are basically at the branches that we are in, but our ultimate home is Madhuban, which Baba is correlating with head office as well as your home. And what I could connect to is somebody who is the owner of the house as well as the owner of the head office, which means he's the owner of the business. So Baba is telling us that my child, you are the adhikari soul. You need to come here and take your entire actions, directions by connecting with the supreme authority, that's Baba. And since that place, we always see in bhakti also, there is an importance of place. And if we look at it, Madhavan is a remembrance of that particular practice that we see in bhakti, that it is a place which gives us power and energy to come back and perform our service back at our service places. That's one of the reflection that I was getting.
Rakiben, if I could just ask you something, if you don't mind, a small little this. See, Baba always says whenever you go to Madhuban, you have to go back to your workplace. Other souls are there. Even, even officially, we are not allowed to stay like a thing like more than 2 weeks or so. It's no question, like others turn have to come. But Baba always says, other than Madhuban residents, you have to go back to your workplace because Vahambi charity begins at home. Go, go. So I don't know, even that one concept he's saying, I can't stay like permanent Thakur in Madhuban. I have to go back. So my home, the service place, it's not mine, it's a service place. So if I keep that, what is the concept? I couldn't understand. That's why I had that question.
So,
I
connecting to what you're telling her, Baba always says that you as a soul is also a trustee and a guest in this world. So, everything is here for a reason, for a purpose, and for a temporary period of time. And you are coming back to your service place to perform your role because that's your role. Uh, that's another reflection to the extension to what you are asking at the moment. That's something which I was getting.
Yes, and it is more in terms of we having this thought. Uh, like even now, when we speak that we all belong to Paramdham, that doesn't mean that we are actually going over there physically. We remember Paramdham by intellect. So Madhuban also, we might not be staying 365 days, but that awareness that we belong to such a big home or we belong to such a big group, that awareness will help us uplift our intellect from any attachments. So when Baba is mentioning that Madhuban is your home, he is not asking us, or the intention is not that we physically go there and stay. Of course we can do that, and we do that maybe a week or so, as sister mentioned, just to get a feeling, a vibe. but at the same times we are all, so Baba gives different analogies. Sometimes he will tell Madhuban is as a home, sometimes he will tell ये बड़ा धो सबसे बड़ा धोबी घाट है, sometimes he will tell it's a big garden. So why is he referring to these different words? What happens is when Baba gives analogies, we sometimes end up taking that in a literal sense, in a physical sense. Hmm? But these analogies are given for us to have our intellect dwell and churn on those aspects so that we don't get caught up. Hmm? Just to give a different this thing. So Baba, when he tells Baba कि मेरे साथ सर्व संबंध जोड़ो, build up all the relationship with me. Sometimes think of me as a father, mother, child. So again, someone can ask a question: how can a father become a child? This sounds ridiculous. Hmm? But the intent of that is that whatever relationship we build up with Baba or we experience with that, that will help us, get rid of the attachments of the physical relationship. Hmm? Being so similarly is of the Madhuban or for whatever analogies Baba gives. This is more for our intellect to keep busy, and that is, and how to keep busy. Then he also gave that churning. Okay, if your Madhuban is your head office, just remember about this Thakurs or whatever he mentioned in that Murli. So just wanted to add that this is more in terms of we um, at from our intellect accepting, experiencing those stages rather than physically, expecting that okay we should be staying there. If that is our home, why are we being told only to stay for 5 days? Baba has to definitely, if Baba, and he often mentions in the Murli earlier also, if Baba had a this thing, he would love all his children to stay here only. But then we are also a spiritual warrior. We have to spread his message at all our locations. If we just keep sitting at one place, just mentioning that this is our home, then the purpose for what Baba has come and for what we are there, that will not get served. So I think we should read these statements in totality. If we start interpreting things in isolation, we will get lost. Even Baba will highlight one specific aspect in one Murli. Hmm. But if we just keep that aspect and start dwelling upon that without understanding the other aspects, then again we might get lost.
You're right,
Um,
Praful Bhai. You're absolutely right. When you said, you should just not think of one Murli, because everywhere Baba, you're perfectly right, because Baba's Drishtikon only Baba will understand. But I remember in one Murli, Baba had said, corporeal home, incorporeal home. Corporeal home is only Madhuban. Incorporeal home is Paramdham. I think if this one aspect I keep in mind, everything else will I know whether I'm in Pune or whether I'm in Mumbai or whether I'm in America. They are just like an extension of God's hand which has gone there to bring about. I think that, but still, I would only love to take. I belong to Baba, Baba belongs to me. I am a spiritual pilgrim. Thank you very much. That was very wonderful churning you made my intellect to have.
Om Shanti. I'm just adding on to this Madhuban, our true home. Here, as we know, it's a new birth, Brahmin birth. So here, the Laukik is changed to Alaukik, right? So we become more aware as a soul. So here, when we come home from spiritual aspect, that means going to Madhuban. Of course, in the Laukik home also we have father and mother. So similarly, there in Madhuban we have father and mother, right? The father of souls and also the mother, a Laukik mother. And at home, uh, so at home we get good rest, right, for the mind, for the body, and also wealth wise. right? When it comes to our home, the Laukik home, mentally we will be doing a lot of things, right? And body wise also we will be doing a lot of physical activities at home. And wealth wise, we will be spending a lot in our Laukik home. But when it goes to Madhuban, right, mentally we are very calm, very quiet. We don't have to think too many things there. And body wise, the atmosphere is very pure, elevated, good vibration. We can spend time in yoga. And wealth wise, no tension of earning or managing our office things, right? So everything we'll keep it aside or park it aside and dedicate our time for a comfort rest in Madhuban. So in that aspect, if we look at it, yes, of course, Madhuban is the true home where we really take rest, right? So that's one aspect. And other Murlis Baba often mentions is that when we go to Madhuban, that's when we are actually resting. And when we are in our office, that means our Laukik home, we are mentally, physically, wealth wise, we are fully occupied. Yeah, Om Shanti. Thank you.
Okay. Sanjay bhai, you wanted to add something? Our acronym master.
Om Shanti.
Yes.
In this wonderful Murli, Baba started with the faith. जीत तो जीत ही है, हार में भी जीत है. There's a very wonderful formula of Baba. What Baba does, Baba removes all the attachment which you have. Otherwise, we think that we do Purusharth and we come out of all the attachments, or Baba does it. Suppose if a person has got lot of attachment with the wealth, the formula of Baba is that Baba will remove all the wealth. If if one has attachment with certain specific person, Baba will remove that person from his life. Because see, वो beloved है, beloved और दोनों दो प्यार करने वाले के बीच में और कोई भी तीसरा आता है उसको हटा देता है बाबा. That is called detachment. The तीसरा है, that is detachment. Baba removes all the detachment. And when all the detachments are removed, suppose a person has got attachment with wealth, wealth is removed. Attachment with the baby, baby is removed. All the things are removed. In that position, what the thing is that if the stage, again the stage comes, if the stage of the person is not Ruhani, that is stage is soul conscious and transformed, adorned divine virtues and Gyan Sarup. If it's not that, what you will feel? I have lost everything. But when it is soul conscious and is really adorned with divine virtues and Gyan Swarup, what he will realize? That the things have not been removed from him, but I have come closer to God. And this sense will make him believe that yes, ये हार नहीं था, यह जीत है. So Baba, in yesterday's part of the Murli, Baba was again and again telling that तुम्हारी हार में भी जीत है, my dear child, you don't realize it, but at the end of the day you will realize that जो हार था ना, उसमें भी तुम्हारी जीत है. Okay. Now today, Baba is telling that Madhuban is your home. Actually, what I feel that whenever the first time when the word Madhuban came to मेरे दिमाग में आया, तो it seemed as if Baba is telling me, my dear child, Madhu ban jao, Madhuban, to Madhuban. First instant when it came to my ears, कि Madhuban jana hai, Madhuban jana hai. Then somebody tell it's a place, Madhuban. Earlier I used to believe that we have to do the purusharth to become madhu, to become sweet, as Baba always telling that meethe bache. Actually, Madhuban is a place, but when we say that Madhuban jana hai, that is, it's also a purusharth. And what that is purusharth? To that Baba says, it's a spiritual pilgrimage. And when Baba says that this spiritual pilgrimage That is when you become sweet, जब तुम मीठा बन जाते हो, after this spiritual pilgrimage, then all the pilgrimage are taken into account with this. क्योंकि ये पिलग्रिमेज जो है मीठा बनने का, इस पिलग्रिमेज के बाद और कोई पिलग्रिमेज जाने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि इस पिलग्रिमेज में पहुंचने के दौरान, and during this pilgrimage, spiritual pilgrimage, you do wonderful purusharth. What purusharth you do? Swarajya Adhikari. You gain the controlling power and you gain the ruling power. And when you gain the controlling power and the ruling power, you are a Swarajya Adhikari. And during that process, what you do, you realize your new birth. You realize that you are a Brahmin, karma changes, name changes, form changes, land changes, action changes, and these are all sign of new birth. And what happens during this pilgrimage? You become victorious. And what is that victorious? That is Vijay, Vikaron par Jai, that what is shown as a memorial that Krishna dances on the serpents. How much powerful the Vikar is, how much poisonous the serpent is, you get Vijay on that. That is Vikaron par Jai. And what Baba says, that you are not leaving this world, but you are departing full. And during this purusharat of becoming madhu, you gain a lot. Gyan ratno se saj jate hain. And what a purusharat you do. And Baba says, and then you move to your home. That is rest. Why rest? Because you have done all the purusharat. Because you have done all the purusharts. Ab jaiye udhar Mataji. You have done all the purusharth. And after doing all the purusharth, what is happening? That no need of doing anything. That is rest of mind, rest of body. And in that process, what happened? That you reach to a place, you reach to a stage where everything is sweet. That is, as you wanted, your stage becomes sweet. That is, you have become madhu, and the action of Purusharth which Baba had said you, Madhu Ban, you became sweet, and what you will feel at that place, at that stage, and how you will reach that stage, that is home, that is honest. Your approach should be honest. Oh, you have to be obedient to Baba and am manmanabha madhyaji bhavanashto moha smritilabdha and embodiment of knowledge. Then you will realize that this spiritual journey is a wonderful journey which leads you to a stage when you become really sweet. And the message from Baba, Bache Madhuban, you
Yes,
become
Sanjay bhai.
Madhuban. Om Shanti.
Yes, thanks. So let us
So just
quickly.
1 minute, Praful Bhai, a closing remark. Uh, I'm on my way to Madhuban in a couple of days, so I don't want to know Mahabukagar. Can you just, in one sentence, tell me? I have absolute faith in the intellect, but why do we not feel so powerful? Why is there this battling in the remembrance? Why I cannot reach Paramdam, be in Paramdam, sit in Paramdam, the thing. So, what is lacking? If suppose you can just tell me in a few words, that would be really my homework, please. Thank you.
uh, I don't know how to answer that, but probably let me put it this way: we are all on this journey. We may not be always in the remembrance, and that is why Baba is giving us different points to churn, different analogies, different examples. And I think once we start exploring those things, remembering Baba always will become very easy. Remembering Baba is not just telling Baba Baba, as we all know. It is just be in that awareness, be in that uplifted mind, be constant happiness, whatever he mentioned for the victorious soul. So just a suggestion is that this Purusharth, whatever Baba tells, of course we should take seriously, but not in again a literal sense कि अरे बाबा जितना आप बोल रहे हो नहीं रहा है. It is more we all are in a journey. We all may fall sometimes, come up, but the thing is that good part of all of us that we have hold Baba very tight, and he will never leave us. Neither do I. And eventually we all will gain whatever we want, and Baba will make us do that. So with this positive feeling, whatever we do, I think that's great. Baba will always help us. And good that you are going to Madhuban. I think these experiences will become more profound because that place is having that energy. That's all I can say at this point. Okay, so let us quickly go from our intellect to Madhuban since we all were speaking about that. We'll do a mind gym just for 1 minute, and I'll keep on mentioning places, different places, one place for 5 seconds. Let us see if we are able to switch our intellect to those places
Praful bhai, I would like to
before closing.
add one line, if may I?
Sanjay bhai, we are very dot on time. I think we all want to add, but let's close this. We'll
Okay.
continue tomorrow if you don't mind,
Okay.
please. Hmm? Thank you. So let us go to our history hall, diamond hall, tapasya dham, shanti stambh, om shanti bhavan, baba's hut, conference hall at Shantivan, the big dining hall at Shantivan, baba's room paramdham, sorry, panda bhavan, and baba's room Shantivan. Back I am at my current location, seated at the center of forehead. Okay, thank you everyone. So I understand that everybody would like to share more. So let's continue this sharing tomorrow. Om Shanti. Have a nice day.